Yeah, what's going on, folks? Grubbs back out here again. Man with many names, wear many hats, do many things. I'm back again, of course. Check the class out, finally getting into the fashion scene. Got my own clothing line, Hearts and Stripes. Definitely check me out. Hearts and Stripes, HEARTS, and stripes.com. Go pick up your apparel, new stuff released all the time. As y'all see the background, Onyx Cinnamon, new podcast, me and my homeboy got working on it. Got another one also, nobody's listening that we do too. Um, like I said, I haven't made videos in quite some time. I mean, to me, I felt like I didn't have any substance to offer. And I always tell people, it's not really easy doing stuff without no substance, definitely the way the world is. And it's kind of funny. Look at my old videos and you look at the way it is now. It's like, I tell people I was always ahead of the game. I mean, I've been giving out information before people was giving information. Like, this is kind of my little videos, crazy. It's all, the crazy shit makes sense. Only difference is everybody else is doing it and they're making noise about it. So, some of the times, like I say, I took a hiatus from the internet because I told myself that physical money was my thing. From where I came from to get on the internet was more important and more powerful than the internet at the time. So I went back to my previous life. Then I got it into other businesses throughout the time of me going back to my previous life. So that's where I kind of stayed in that pocket. And I mean, now I tell myself when I do work because I was off the computer so long, I actually had to reteach myself a lot of stuff. But it was pretty cool, the learning curve. Then I got to look around and see what stuff was still being used online to make money and was still around. It was cool to see the little guys that I used to help me along my way back then. Now they're bought out by bigger companies, and I mean it's cool the way the transition went. Of course, I got my fair share, but just to see how the transition went and things, it's really cool to see where it got to. So I mean, I definitely like that part of my life. I mean, now I have an actual, I have actual investment portfolios, crypto wallets, real estate, actual physical businesses. Like even just looking back at my old videos, that's what really made me shoot the one today because it's like sitting in that basement, you know, I was still learning the success. I was still learning the success. So teaching. So it was gaps that I didn't know, stuff I did that I should have said or whatever the case may be. But that's why we always had time. That's the reason why I never got rid of my YouTube channel. I always kept it because I knew it would become a point in time where I would be ready to share what I do. And I feel what I do is shareable. So, like I said, man, that's really what to expect coming in the future for this channel. I mean, about videos instead of every 2, 3, 5 years. I'll put a video up every week because I guess I have new content. I do a lot of things. I mean, I might it seem a little reality showish because, like I said, I got some properties that and stuff like that. There were some videos, some to the channel, do a business that I'll do. I'll probably make a little couple day-to-day videos to show how it works day to day, and then I'll actually eventually, get somebody to follow me around. Y'all see my life with me, y'all see how I go from the state to retail to clothing to podcast, so on and so forth. Let's see how I be able to be able to get all of it done. So you just keep your eyes open, man. I never stop. I mean, most people probably think these most YouTubers, I don't know what happened to them back then. They used to be trying to do it. I mean, for me, like I said, I did pretty well offline. So, the online success is just a blessing. And even when I came back with my homeboy to do the podcast thing, for me, it was child's play, because the fact that I was looking for something to jump back in the ring out there. Still playing around, some websites and stuff that I do. They still got a bunch of them sitting on the shelf. But knew that this was going to be a good deal because a lot of the stuff I like working on stuff where it's low outsourcing. The lower I have to outsource, the more money the product makes. So, for instance, when I say low outsourcing is been doing web design and other various sorts of things for 12 years. So when we started this podcast, it was kind of easy to say, well, the artwork, saying all the custom artwork, you see the logo over there, the logo over there, that was all put together. It wasn't none of that pieced together. No, it might look good. I did that myself. Every nook and cranny, camera, small, everything you see, every piece is all custom. But see, it's good to have the ability to do that because that logo alone motivated me to get this show going. And to be able to say, make you feel good that you actually made it yourself. See what I'm saying? That one up there and the second one over this side, over here. Sorry, over there. That one, same thing, I had to come up with something that was clever to share, things like that. So I made what they call a mini logo. I got a couple different ones, but they all based upon the main one that's over here. You can also look out soon for the next few weeks. We'll have Chronic Cinema apparel, which you can purchase on chroniccinema.com. But it came pretty simple because when you do a podcast, it comes a collective of things. And just so happened, the collective of things are all things that I have done. I've recorded videos. I had a studio at one time, so I know about recording audio, software, stuff like that. Quality headphones, microphones, all that good stuff. And then the only thing that kind of surprised me is out of all those years, I never edited videos. I was more Fiverr dude. Oh, I'm gonna just go ahead to Fiverr and get somebody over there to make me do it real quick. And that's kind of how I kept the routine going. So for that reason, I never really got into the editing space. But now, thanks to, great homeboys over at Canva, they made life a lot easier for designers, editors, and things like that. Because, like I tell people about Canva, Canva is great to me because, one, you can do a variety of things inside of Canva. So it's like back in the day, you can go to Photoshop. But then every time you need an image, you got to go out of Photoshop or have a folder ready with your images for you to use. In Canva, you click on the side, search for an image, bang, you don't have to leave your design. And that's just as far as like making logos, flyers, basic stuff. And then when it comes to editing videos, it's actually a pain in the ass unless you got money to buy special software. You don't have money to buy special software. Canva makes it very, very simple. It is limited, but it's good enough because it gave me the knowledge to know how to maneuver around editing videos. So when I do want to spend the money to get the good shit, I'll know, what I can do, what's the capability, or even how to go about it. And as far as my rule of thumb, like I tell people, being online all this time, when we came out with this podcast, I thought about, extending every ounce of knowledge, but I didn't want to seem, how you say, too company driven. Cause I mean, we could have came out with Shure mics, the 4K cameras, all the little fancy stuff. But I feel like that, to me, that wouldn't have been a good thing to do, because I like to build my businesses where people can see their self. So if I come out with all the bells and whistles from the beginning, very first episode, we're gonna look tailored. Or it's gonna look like drones. Or somebody put money behind them and put them out there to do this so they can control them. No, ain't none of that. That's why, I elected to do it this way, because you can see throughout the production of the shows from like episode 1 around like episode 12, 13, you'll see like cameras get better, audio gets a little better, the editing gets a little different, stuff like that. Due to YouTube, we can't really edit them the way that we want to, because we really want to watch the scenes with the viewers. But every time we put a scene in, YouTube gives us a copyright. So we're kind of able to watch it with the viewers. But what we're going to do is we're going to release other versions of our shows with the clips in them. But you'll just have to go to chroniccinema.com to watch them. I mean, not trying to draw traffic, but due to YouTube copyrights, which anybody who uses YouTube knows, you have to be careful, because they'll give you strikes and strikes and strikes, and then your account will get banned. So you have to be careful with that. And then also, more strikes you get, they'll limit your traffic. So you have to play the game fair, for success. And I understand that from being online all the years, you have to play the game. That's why I just said, well, damn, we can't do our show how we want to do it because of that. But then I came up with the idea, well, okay, well, we could just put the footage on our own site. And can't nobody really say anything, if the owner reaches out because they see it as a copyright, and I mean, we only use it for educational purposes. But if they see it any other way, we can just take it down. It's not really no biggie. But like I said, those are the knowledges that's good to have. Those are the stuff that I use in the beginning, because I don't really want to sandbag our success. But like I tell my buddy, it's like I say around episode 20, 25, I'm not trying to be like these other guys, 100 episodes in and they still sitting in a room. I mean, I see this as being something, like I said, I'm a visionary. So I see the vision. Right now it's just two guys smoking, talking, joking, but eventually, I had, plans where we'll have actual guests. Hopefully, well, hopefully, I mean, they'll be actors. I mean, the way the world is today, you got access to people that you'll probably never be able to access. So you have to use that access sometimes, and you might have to grease a palm or two, but that's what it do, because the success you'll get back from it will be unbelievable. So, for me, honestly, that's what we hope ahead. We have some guests, celebrity guests. Well, I like to definitely be doing a lot of things to grow this, because most people, like, I don't even like to use the word podcast. I'll tell them we call it a show, because a podcast is, some guys with a microphone, stuff like that. I mean, I see other visions behind what we're doing. I mean, if we ever do make it big or make the big money, I would told him I would like to invest in independent films. I mean, I love movies so much. I don't care if it's a famous person. If it's a good movie, it's a good movie. So, and I mean, for me, I am good enough to say that I can determine a good movie from a pilot. So that's a good thing. I definitely would like to get into offering. I would even like to offer into selling the movies. I mean, they have ways where you can, get contracted licenses to sell them, so then you could be like Amazon and Netflix and Hulu, you can sell movies to your customers just like they do, and it's legal. You did it through the proper channel, so it's legal. But we'll like to add something like that later on. I don't want to do Netflix and none of that. I just like to sell the downloaded version of the movies like they do. That's I kind of like to keep it simple. I can't sit there and say that we'll ever have like a streaming service. He mentioned it, but I mean that'd have to be like years down the line because the logistics behind it is very expensive. So that's something we'll have to figure out later on. I mean, being those I know servers and shit like that, I know it's not a cheap run, but that's just some of the things to look for. I mean, I'm gonna definitely go a little bit heavy with these clothes. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but I love it. I mean, if y'all don't understand what it represents, I made it self-explanatory. If anybody really know me or ever knew, the streets of my life, I mean, I'm smart. I liked it the internet, but I also liked it the streets. But I know all the years that I was out there, it's only two things that's gonna bring you home: your heart and your stripes. So we stood in the street hall, just played the game. I was fair. I live by this invisible book, these invisible codes, but to me, I did them the right way. And like I said, it's scared of myself. That's a given. But I know I ain't the only person out there like that. I know there's millions of people out there like me, possibly billions. So, I mean, that's why I was like, it was a no-brainer for me. And as y'all remember, anything from me ever, I make what I like. If people like it also, I appreciate y'all. I mean, any type of way, but it's for me. See what I'm saying? So definitely gonna go a little heavier on the clothes. I mean, you see these shirts, they come in red and black. You can reach out, get one, inbox me, Facebook, Instagram, whatever. We got an Instagram page, Heart of Stripes. You can hit me up personally. We got some varsity jackets coming out for the fall. I'll still probably see me featuring one of them in a video or two. But that's why I tell y'all to get videos weekly because now I have stuff to bring. I got clothes to show off. I got clever ideas that I do. I like to share. I have stuff that I do that works that I share the stories with it. I got substance and content to give now. So now I feel as though that I'm ready. I mean, things that go on with Chronic Cinema behind the scenes, y'all will catch stuff like that on this YouTube channel. Up and coming guests, little behind the scenes footage. You'll also catch it all on my co-host page, also Instagram, so on and so forth. I mean, it's like for us, we really working. And the thing, like I tell my co-hosts, by having, multiple businesses, y'all watch these videos and these spaces at the bottom be naked, the spaces up top be naked. That's advertising space you can sell. Now, of course, advertisers don't want to post on a new site. They don't want to post based upon vision. They want to post upon numbers. So my whole goal when I created all the things I created, because I still have a few more, that I did not name for reasons, but they'll get talked about later. That's because the ad space is so powerful, people want it. So in the beginning, of course we can sell, keep some, of course you can do what you want. It's your choice when you have full control. But I can put you'll see Heart and Stripes advertisements. You'll see advertisements for episodes and nobody's listening. You'll see advertisements in there rolling soon. But in the beginning, it'll be all of our ventures because the eventual end game with this whole thing is to become a media company. Because most people keep themselves, oh man, all right, I'm a brand, oh yeah, cool. But I want to end it off as a media company because it's two podcasts, and then I have two other shows that can be something big. So it's like, why not put them all under one umbrella? You got two podcasts, two shows. Eventually you can have your own little network. Put all your episodes you make on the app, and voila, you got a network. Thanks for getting you up, man. I'm getting smart. I'm gonna give it smart, but that's how you build your own network. And then if I'm running them 3 or 4 shows, then I make some money, and guess what? I can reach out and buy other people's shows. Can I get them on my platform like Hulu? Yeah, bro. How you got? All right, bank. I get you 2-year contract. Then you get them in the beginning. It ain't expensive. Now, I'm not saying they gotta be exclusive to me. I just want the rights to show their content and so on and so forth. Eventually, I'll try to work on an exclusive show for me or something like that. But that's how you build a network. Because once you sign 15, 20 podcasts or even real reality shows to that network, I got it like VH1. I'm the mini version of VH1. Podcasts, I got shows, I got other stuff. People I reach out to, trying to get some place to movies. So it's like it's going to be something big, and I hope y'all people keep watching. I hope you understand who this podcast is. But nobody's listening is also great because that's one of the ones where you can go in there and wild out, or we can wild out. People be worried about what they say. We going that joint wild out, but that's the one where we can wild out about any of the current events that's going on. So really, anything is open. To me, it's like my Bill Maher show. I love that show. Shout out to my man Bill Maher. But it's like my Bill Maher show. We talk about current events, but then we also mix it in with stuff that we want to talk about. We don't have a format. We don't have a don't talk about this, don't we can talk about anything. We scroll the internet, might see something cool, it's funny, we talk about it. It's viral sometimes, yeah, sometimes not, we don't care. Eventually we'll be mixing some things in with that too, because like I said, hip hop is always with me. So like I said, we'll be incorporating some unsigned artists with that platform, to get people out there, just to, give them that extra kick, or even that one accolade, or even just something to put in their portfolio. Hey, we've been on this podcast. Whatever we can do to help artists. I mean, of course, we'll deal with established, but we're really trying to get new off the ground. With him, we'll have to sit and brainstorm what else farther we got going with nobody's listening. Because, like I said, we got a ton of things to talk about, but I don't know what we're going to do for sure. All I can do is say stay tuned. My other YouTube channel, which is called Hip Hop Off Track. Hip Hop Off Track. That's another big one. It's in my mind, it was manifested as a shot. I ain't gonna share details. It's YouTube, but it was manifested in a different way. But I wanted to get the idea out there, and I wanted to see if anybody actually would pay attention to that narrative or that niche, and it did pretty good to me. I mean, I ended up with over 100,000 views in the first couple of months. So I ain't really even do much work to it. 30 videos still gets about maybe 19 to 20 daily views per video. That's still do pretty good. But look out for that one. Go check out what's up there. I got some new videos coming up on that one soon. Because I mean, right now it's a faceless YouTube channel, but it wasn't set up to be that long term. I just was trying to fit because the old me would try to do everything. But now I'm getting a little bit wiser, and I'm getting a little bit smarter as far as how people market things. stuff like that. So certain podcasts, smoking weed, talking shit. Oh, that's me all day. I get fresh, smoke weed, talk shit. I'll be good. That hip hop off track, I kind of got a vision of like a mid 20s, like late 20s female, late 20s male, know a lot about hip hop, good debating, stuff like that. Like that's the thing about me. I don't need to be the forefront. I don't mind standing behind and letting the pot boil. I'm cool with that. Cause then that means I can go work on some other food somewhere else. So, just keep up with me, man. I promise I'm gonna keep working. I'm here, focus, and we're gonna see where this go, man. But as always, I'll holler at y'all next time.